Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to Overwatch. In this series of videos, I'm introducing every single hero of the game. Last week we had a look at McCree, a ranged damage dealer who shines in straight up combat. This week, however, we're gonna have a look at the female bodybuilder in the game, known as Zarya.
Together we are strong.
Zarya is a tank. She has a very high amount of base health, and especially her ultimate gives her a ton of wombo combo potential and synergy with other heroes. On top of that, her basic attacks become stronger the more shielding that she does. But before we talk about that in more detail, let's have a look at her abilities. On the mouse, Zarya got the particle cannon. This is a massive weapon that on the left mouse button is a short-ranged beam that deals damage on impact. The range of this isn't very long at all, so you're gonna have to switch over to the right mouse button whenever it is needed. When clicking the right mouse button, this weapon lobs explosive charges that deal damage on impact. These two attacks make the weapon viable at both short to medium range combat, with obviously the grenade lobs to be more efficient at medium range combat. The most important thing about Zarya though are her two shielding abilities. The first one is called Particle Barrier. This is a personal barrier that shields Zarya against incoming attacks. One crucial aspect to note about this ability is that it redirects the energy from incoming attacks and therefore enhances her weapon's damage as well as the width of the particle cannon's beam. The same can be said for the projected barrier. This is the exact same shield but projected on an ally instead. Below the crosshair you can find how much the weapon is currently charged from the incoming attacks. The bigger the number, the more powerful the particle cannon becomes. It slowly degrades over time, so constantly shielding is going to be very important. She can build her weapon charge from both shielding abilities and even from both at the same time if she does decide to activate both of them. Besides the nice damage output and sustain, the Graviton Surge ability is going to be the reason why competitive teams will be running Zarya as one of their tanks. She launches a gravity bomb that draws enemies towards the center of the bomb from a relatively large radius. It deals damage, but most importantly, it traps enemy heroes temporarily. Obviously, this is her ultimate ability and the charge up is going to take some time. Her ultimate, however, ties in incredibly well with many other ultimates, such as for example Tracer's Pulse Bomb, which does a massive amounts of splash damage to a small radius, or for example Roadhog's Whole Hog, Hanzo's Dragon Strike, and Vara's Barrage. Obviously, Zarya can also just activate this ultimate on her own and then lob the particle cannon's grenades into the area of effect splash radius. Zarya is relatively slow and her shields aren't lasting very long either. However, because her attacks become stronger the more she is shielding and absorbing incoming damage, she is definitely not meant to hang back and just help out teammates. She can go in combat herself and dish out a good amount of damage. Her basic attack feels a lot like Winston's, however it is much more powerful. She's not nearly as mobile as him and crossing the distance is going to be a lot more difficult. However, when she does, the particle cannon's damage is going to be very big. The particle cannon has 100 ammo with every reload. It lasts for a couple of seconds when firing with the left mouse button, and the right mouse button costs 25 of the 100 maximum. Meaning that with a full set of ammo she can shoot 4 grenades with her right mouse button. Attacking Zarya when she's using her barrier and shielding abilities is a mistake. Especially right after the release, this is going to take some time for people to realize that they are buffing Zarya whenever they are attacking her shield, opposed to let's say Winston's bubble or Reinhardt's massive shield. However, I can imagine the longer time goes on, the more Zarya players will have to wait before activating the shields. Activating it right when you're about to get hit by high damage abilities is going to charge up the particle cannon much faster and will guarantee the buff. Both shield, the personal one and the projected one, have a cooldown of 10 seconds, so they can be used quite often. As far as team compositions go, every team will need a tank like Zarya. However, I can imagine that a good team will try and make great setups with the Graviton beam, such as for example Tracer, Vara and Hanzo. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Zarya will be picked more as like an off tank and semi-damage dealer, and have someone like Reinhardt be the dedicated tank of the team. She can deal more damage than the average tank, and since games will be played in a 6 vs 6 format, double tank sounds like a very normal thing to have. Alexandra Zarya Nova, as Zarya's real name is a celebrated athlete who decided to stop competing in bodybuilding and weightlifting contests and instead protect her family and friends as well as her country in a time of war. She was born in a small Siberian village close to the front lines of the Omnic crisis, an event that got shut down eventually but left the entire area devastated. When she was young, Alexandra was surrounded by all of this destruction of the Omnic crisis, and she decided to help her people out. As a successful bodybuilder, she participated in a lot of tournaments, and during one of those tournaments, an attack came from a long dormant Omnium. She immediately stopped competing and decided to sacrifice any fame and fortune she might have had in favor of defending her country. Now she serves as a symbol for her people and helps those that are in need. I hope this video answered all the questions that you had about Zarya. If you have any more, however, feel free to post them right below the like button in the comment section of this video, and I will try my very best to answer everything. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more upcoming Overwatch content, make sure you hit that subscribe button right below so you will be the first one to get a notification when I upload another. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day, do not forget to smile, and I will see you in the next one.